Jets fans, what's going on? Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, ready to get into some players that I want you guys to keep an eye on now that training camp is right around the corner. The first player that I'm going to go ahead and bring up here is wide receiver Denzel Mims. Was only able to play in 9 games as a rookie last season, but when this young man was coming out of Baylor, he was one of those players that really rose his draft stock. I remember mock drafts had him going in round 3, round 4, and then he just showed his elite size and speed. And if your game tape wasn't good enough, everything that he was able to show those scouts was really one of the biggest reasons why he went all the way up in the first round. Now, I understand that the Jets, they signed Corey Davis, but Mims, he still has that chance to be the wide receiver 1 on this offense. And if I'm Zach Wilson, and if I'm this Jets organization, I want Mims to be the number 1 receiver, which is why you need to go ahead and watch him here at training camp. Now, last season, 23 grabs, 357 yards, but I think the Jets as a team last season kind of get a pass. Not only was it COVID, not only was it difficult for every rookie, but you also had somebody like Sam Darnold, and I think everyone watching right now thinks Zach Wilson's going to be a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. Let's go to the tight end position here. I got Chris Herndon, who this is one of those dudes that I really fell in love with as a rookie because 502 receiving yards, and it's not very common that you see a rookie show that type of flash early. Now the last 3 seasons, been a little bit more of a Been a little bit more of a disappointment, if you will. The fact that he's entering his 4th year in the NFL, you always hear young quarterbacks. What do they look for? A nice little safety blanket, and that's what Herndon can be. The other thing, when you watch this guy on the field, he's pretty big, but he also moves very effectively, has good hands as well, 6'4", 253 pounds. He's only 25 years old. He showed, again, little glimpses last year, but I really think if this Jets team, and if Zach Wilson wants to take that next step, he needs to have a reliable Chris Herndon. So hopefully we'll see a good version of him at training camp. If you always find yourself looking for the latest news and rumors around the New York Jets, whether you're sitting there on your subway ride home, maybe you're sitting there listening on your car ride home. Honestly, I don't even care if you're sitting there right now dropping a number 2. Let's get this channel to 200 subs. So if you haven't already, look underneath the video, put down the toilet paper, click that subscribe button, and if you are already subbed, I appreciate you. Go take that link below, youtube.com/JetsTV, and send it to some friends. A player that a lot of people need to watch because if the Jets want to take that next step on defense, Lamarcus Joyner is kind of an interesting name to keep in mind. Joyner signed with the Jets this offseason on a 1-year, $4 million deal, and when you look at his tape back with the Los Angeles Rams from 2016 to 2018, he was one of the better safeties in the league. Signed a fat 4-year contract with the Las Vegas Raiders, and he was just, to put it simple, terrible. They wanted him to be versatile. They wanted him to be the Swiss Army knife, and he wasn't able to do it. Now, was it a Lamarcus Joyner problem? Maybe. Or was it a Raiders problem and a Paul Gunther defense that simply did not use him correctly? So even though he had 66 tackles, no interceptions, 5 pass breakups, many people would say over the last 2 years, according to PFF, he was actually the worst safety in all of football. But again, maybe it was a little bit more to do with the Raiders and not so much to do with Lamarcus Joyner. That's why he's a player that y'all need to keep an eye on. So out of these 3 dudes here, which one interests you the most? Was it Denzel Mims, Chris Herndon, Lamarcus Joyner? If you're also looking at another player that I didn't mention, please go ahead and let me know down in the comments.